Have you ever wondered how a single man could conquer the known world in just a decade? In the annals of history, few figures stand as tall as Alexander the Great. Born in the year 356 before Christ in Macedonia, Alexander's life was marked for greatness from the start. His father, Philip II, was assassinated when Alexander was just 20 years old, thrusting the young prince into a position of power and responsibility beyond his years. Yet his youth was not spent idly. Under the tutelage of none other than the renowned philosopher Aristotle, Alexander's mind was sharpened, his worldview broadened, and his ambitions kindled. It was this education, this melding of philosophy and power, that would shape his future endeavors and set him on a path of conquest unparalleled in history. Thus begins the tale of a young king poised to change the course of history. A young king now, Alexander's eyes were set on the vast Persian Empire. As Alexander the Great took his first steps towards destiny, his path was strewn with formidable challenges. Yet it was his first major victory at the Battle of Granicus that truly marked the beginning of his journey to glory. Here he demonstrated the brilliance of his strategic mind, employing a bold and innovative approach that outwitted the Persian forces. His cavalry charged with such ferocity that it broke the enemy lines, turning the tide in favor of the Macedonians. This was not just a victory, it was a testament to Alexander's exceptional leadership and military prowess. Riding the wave of this triumph, Alexander moved on to the battles of Issus and Gaugamela. The Battle of Issus was particularly notable as it was here that Alexander faced King Darius III of Persia himself. Despite being heavily outnumbered, Alexander's forces managed to encircle the Persian army. The king, caught off guard, fled the battlefield, leaving his army in disarray. This victory was more than a military triumph. It was a psychological blow to the Persians, demonstrating Alexander's ability to outmaneuver even the most formidable of opponents. The Battle of Gaugamela, however, was Alexander's crowning achievement. It was here that he employed a tactical masterpiece, using the depth and flexibility of his phalanx formation to exploit the Persians' weak center. The resulting victory led to the fall of the Persian Empire, marking the end of an era and the beginning of Alexander's reign. Throughout these battles, Alexander showcased not just his tactical brilliance, but also his bravery. He led from the front, sharing the hardships and dangers with his men. His courage and determination were infectious, instilling a sense of invincibility among his troops. With the Persian Empire now under his control, Alexander's ambitions grew, leading him further east. His path to glory, it seemed, was just beginning. The fall of the Persian Empire was just the beginning for Alexander. His gaze turned southwest to the rich lands of Egypt, and then east to the unexplored territories of India. His insatiable desire for expansion ever driving him forward. In Egypt, he was hailed as a liberator, crowned as pharaoh, and even founded a city that still bears his name, Alexandria. Yet his challenges were far from over. In India, he faced the most formidable opponent of his military career, King Porus at the Battle of the Hydaspes. The victory came at a high cost, testing the limits of his men and his own leadership. Meanwhile, Alexander's adoption of Persian customs stirred discontent among his followers, who struggled to reconcile their Hellenic roots with this new foreign world. This clash of cultures and the strain of endless campaigns began to fray the unity of his army, yet Alexander pushed on relentlessly. Despite his vast empire, Alexander's thirst for conquest remained unquenched. But even the greatest of conquerors must meet their end. The sun set on Alexander's reign in the city of Babylon in 323 BC, when he was but 32 years old. The cause of his untimely death remains shrouded in mystery, a puzzle that has perplexed historians for centuries. His vast empire, spanning 3 continents, did not long survive him intact. It splintered among his generals, each carving out their own kingdom from the ruins of his colossal dominion. Yet the story of Alexander does not end with his death. His legacy endured, monumental and enduring. He was the catalyst that spread the Greek culture, language, and ideas far beyond the borders of his homeland, contributing to the birth of the Hellenistic period. His legacy, like a flame, illuminated the dark corners of the world he had conquered. Alexander the Great, a king, a conqueror, a visionary, his life and achievements continue to fascinate us, even after 2 millennia.